I'm back. I'm free from my civic duty.
Okay, I speak on this show all the time.
Yeah.
Recently, like the last several years, the power of sitting on a jury.
Oof.
And when we get that notice in the mail, don't throw it in the garbage. First of all, it's a federal offense. But also, we need you to sit on juries. We've seen so many hung juries and so many complicated verdicts because people didn't show up. Trayvon Martin coming to mind. We got to show up. So you had jury duty.
I want to echo what you just said. I've been saying the same thing to my friends. Whenever one of my producers or one of my editors comes to me and says, I got jury duty, I say, you go do it. Don't make any excuses. You go do it unless they get rid of you for some other reason. I was so proud to do this. The sense of duty and honor that I felt doing it because it was a homicide. It wasn't just like any, quick civil suit or anything. It was a homicide, second-degree murder of one of the owners of Spumoni Gardens in Brooklyn. And someone came, stalked him at Spumoni Gardens, went to his home when he drove home before he went into his family's home, came up from behind him and shot him a number of times in the back.
Wow.
And there was a brief moment where there was a mob connection where people thought the mob was involved. I still personally think that the mob was involved. But that's a quick overview. But I think overall, the experience was amazing. And to do it in Brooklyn, if you live in a diversity or if you live anywhere, seeing other jurors as a cross-section of your community, it gave me I fell back in love with New York City again.
Wow. So how did you get picked? Because I tried to get picked last time I went to jury duty, which was earlier this summer, I think. And they wouldn't pick me.
Yeah.
How did you get picked?
I don't know. My therapist said, I think.
What?
Yeah, when I was talking to him, he goes, I think they probably thought you have a kind heart because defense attorneys don't want lawyers on a jury.
So you had to...
I had to disclose, and I said I don't practice. And they said, have you ever thought about... I was like, I'm a lawyer. I don't practice, though. I do comedy. I do the radio. He goes, have you ever thought about doing criminal law? Did you ever study criminal law? And I went, no. And everyone started...
Like that?
Yeah, I did it just like that. Everyone started laughing. I was like, I didn't mean to be that honest. And the judge was cracking up, too. I was like, I don't know. It just doesn't seem very fun. And I think they liked... that, and I just knew that I could be an impartial juror. And when they told me about the case, I was like, I want to be on this case. Like, I was noticing the backgrounds and a little bit of the biographical information of the other potential jurors, and I was like, man, I could help here. I could actually be someone that could provide a foundational, logical through line for the jury. And I knew that I could not be swayed, and it happened that way. And it was an amazing 3-week-long experience.
3 hours? No, 3 weeks?
3 weeks every day. And they don't work.
Wait, time out.
Yeah.
Because they didn't give me my money. Because you're supposed to get what, like $5 a day or something?
$40 a day.
$40?
Yeah. Woo!
Did you get your money?
Not yet. They gave me a letter that said I worked whatever it was, like 15 days in the court or whatever it was.
So do you only get money if you're picked for a jury? I thought if you showed up for jury duty, the 2 days that they waste your time, if they don't put you on a case, that they're supposed to give you money.
I don't think so. I've never,
okay.
I don't,
so it's just volunteer.
I got kicked out of one jury, not kicked out, but, removed. Dismissed.
Right.
Back in the day, and they didn't give me any.
Okay. So I shouldn't be in my feelings about that.
No, but I think, next time you'll get in there.
So 3 weeks times 4, was that 5? That's $200. Was that $200 a week? So
sure,
you're gonna get $600.
Money.
Right, man, you could retire.
Yeah, that's it.
Nice.
Student loans, goodbye.
Listen, that's not like if you're not working, that's like basic income.
There was a lot of people.
Andrew Yang, listen.
Oh yeah, here we
Andrew
go.
Yang. In addition to basic income, anybody who receives it must go to jury duty.
Absolutely.
As part of the exchange for getting a check every month. I think that's the least we could do.
Some of the excuses that people were giving, I found a little upsetting.
Give us a couple.
There was
Give us a couple that you were like, this is untenable.
One woman was just like, I do not like the police. I had a bad experience. This is just like some business white woman just like coming up and just being like, the police did this to me, and then I'm also getting surgery. And it's like, what kind of surgery? It's like, plastic surgery in a month. And it's like, okay. And then like the judge was like, okay, you're dismissed. And he goes, and then my brother was arrested. He goes, I already dismissed you. Just leave. And there was just people. That one guy was a police officer. He stood up and said, I can't be fair because I'm a police officer.
What?
And the judge said, I have police officers serve on my jury all the time. You're telling me you can't be unbiased? And the guy just stood up and said, no, I can't be unbiased.
Well, you shouldn't be a police officer.
Exactly.
This is what the problem is. I just figured out why people are getting killed and brutalized in the streets.
Just blanketly saying, I'm biased. And I was like, this is a terrible. And he's just walking out very casually. And I was like,
you need to know where he's a police. You should have got his badge number.
Somewhere in Brooklyn.
Yeah,
he's
careful,
walking around.
Folk. Okay, so the person was found guilty?
Yes, found guilty of second-degree murder and criminal possession of a weapon. Yeah, I got pretty emotional when we sent the verdict down.
Really?
Yeah, it was tough.
You did you shed a tear?
Yeah, I mean,
Seena
because it was
Ghaznavi?
really intense. This man is going to go away for up to 25 years, and the wonderful Barbados woman next to me
It's Bayesian.
Bayesian. She is
Bayesian.
Bayesian.
People from Barbados are Bayesian.
Bayesian, is that right?
Yes.
So
I think so. Call me, though, 866-801-8255. That's what I heard from a person who's Bayesian.
From Bayesians.
No, they're from Barbados.
Barbados,
and
but they're
Bayesian.
I see.
That makes no sense. They should be
I mean,
Barbadian.
Barbadian, yeah.
Right.
Oh, this is a real thing you're saying, Bayesian.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
not making this stuff up.
I don't know.
don't
It
make
seems
up
like
stuff.
it's like a kind of.
You're a comedian.
I
I'm
know,
not a
but
comedian.
sometimes you say like a joke that's not. You're like, this is kind of like a joke, but it's not.
Well, I think you could do either one.
Yeah.
Barbadian or Bayesian.
Okay.
But I wonder what the Bayesians prefer.
Yeah,
See,
I mean,
because
I didn't ask her.
imagine that we made the determination, not them.
That's what always happens.
Like Ozymandias.
Yeah.
Oops, I said I wasn't going to say his name correctly.
Oh, right.
Ozymandias?
Oh.
Okay, yeah,
Ozymandias.
so I didn't.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm still keeping.
Ooh.
Yeah. Whew. Did you watch?
Oh,
Watchmen?
yes.
Okay.
No,
All right,
we
wait,
can't.
wait, just keep telling me stuff about the Bayesian woman.
So I got so emotional. She like embraced me, and she was just like, "You didn't do a thing wrong. He put himself
don't
in that
do it.
position."
Don't do
That's
it.
what are you talking about? I'm doing a very accurate
that is
representation
a
of the.
horrible
What are you
Bayesian
talking about? That's
accent.
exactly how she sounded.
Do it again.
I'm not doing it again. You ruined the
It was
moment. now.
horrible, though.
That was not horrible. I've been doing
Do
this
it
for a while.
again. Do it again. What did she say?
He put himself in that position.
Okay, that's a little better.
Jesus.
Bayesian accents are very sing-songy. It's got a little lilt. It's a very
She
very,
was
it's
holding
sweet.
me
It's like
close.
a sweet accent. And she had you in her bosom.
She did.
She rocked you in
she
her
was
bosom?
big. She had me in her bosom. Very sweet, and I was crying.
Why were you crying?
Because I just said
Did he shoot a person in the back?
Yes.
Why do you feel bad about that?
Because we just
get him off the streets.
I know.
He's a freaking madman.
Exactly. I'm not like some. I'm just a
Thank you.
little comedian. I'm a furry little man in Brooklyn that likes to make videos and like do little things. And then all of a sudden, I'm here because in the deliberation room, I was probably the most vocal person that was saying this man is guilty. We had no murder weapon. We had no DNA. We had no eyewitnesses.
So you sent an innocent man to his to his death?
Exactly.
What are you doing?
Exactly. No, this man, he was on footage. So we had a ton of surveillance footage.
What are you getting hot?
I'm so hot right now. I
Okay,
lifted
stop.
today too, so
Did you?
I'm
Stop. Don't
I'm
feel
just
it.
getting
Don't touch
swole.
yourself.
You
Don't-
want to see my muscles are so swole.
He's just rubbing himself. I don't want to see that.
There we
All
go.
right. Okay.
So we had none of these things. Surveillance footage everywhere, right? But you see a man on a 80-degree day in Brooklyn wearing a black hoodie and long jorts. What kind of hitman wears long jorts to go kill somebody?
What are jorts?
So long jean shorts, those like capri jean shorts, you know?
Jorts?
They're
Yeah,
jorts,
that's
jean
what they call
shorts, jorts. Well, learn
Clearly
something
have
new.
none in my wardrobe.
Exactly right. Who does?
So when you go to the store, I want those pair of jorts.
I
Is
don't
that
know.
what it says on the label?
Put that on the
jorts.
list of things I will never say in my life.
Right.
So
The blue jorts.
the blue
Please, thank
jorts,
you.
please. Yes. So we couldn't really see his face, but we're like, okay, that guy. You could see him. There's no one else around, and then you see his head. You see his body, and then he kind of like walks across the street, and then he's out of the frame. And then seconds later, that's when the murder happens. We time it up with the 911 phone call of the wife. But then you see these footage, you're like, the guy in the video definitely did the crime. So how does the guy in the video connect to the defendant? Baby's mama comes in. Ex-girlfriend comes in, subpoenaed, driven by detectives, crying, hyperventilating, so emotional, doesn't want to be there, said she still will love the defendant through all of this. Is that the man in the video? That's him. That's his walk. That's how he holds his phone.
Wait a minute. This case is getting more and more suspicious. So the girlfriend, the mother of his child, that's what we say. This is what we say in our neighborhood.
Okay.
The mother of his child.
Children, yes.
The mother of his children.
Yes.
Identified him.
Yes.
You don't know if they had beef? Maybe she maybe they had a fight.
Well,
and she's getting back at him.
She didn't come forward.
How is she credible?
She didn't come forward. That's the big credibility there is she had to be subpoenaed. She did not want to testify to any of these things. So that was the big thing. That was one piece. So that's not enough. I agree with you. Still not enough to lock to go beyond a reasonable doubt. Another big piece of evidence. Your cell phone, and this is a good public service announcement for everybody. Don't think that Apple won't comply with a subpoena is making you safe. Verizon, AT&T, they know where you're at all the time. They had this guy's cell phone going from Long Island all the way to Spumoni Gardens where he was stalking the victim and then up to the murder scene. And then somehow just after the murder, the cell phone is tracked leaving Diker Heights, getting on the highway.
So you buried the lead.
That's not even...
The girl, the woman, the mother of his children, not credible.
Oh.
The phone records...
You weren't there. You're a little Monday morning quarterbacking this thing here.
I am. Why not? Why not? They never call me. All right, maybe they will this year.
And then the final piece of evidence that was the nail in the coffin. This was my favorite. This search happened in November of 2016. They went into his house. They searched everything. They took pictures of his wallet and all these business cards and everything else like that. They didn't seize the business cards, but they did take a pair of jorts that were in his closet that weren't the exact jorts that he had, in the murder.
Day.
But they were like, this is the style he wears. I'm like, everyone in Sheepshead Bay wears jorts. Come on, get out of here. But 2 weeks into the trial, the prosecutor looks at these photos, brings in the FBI agent, goes, did you see this photo? And the FBI agent goes, I haven't seen it until you showed it to me. And on the back of one of these business cards, the victim's address. And we're all like, in the courtroom, give it to me. Nuts. I lost. And then that was basically the biggest pieces of evidence. Went into the deliberation room. 4 hours later, we came back with a guilty verdict.
And you cried like a baby.
I didn't cry. I cried like a man doing something emotional, difficult.
You know what?
And serious.
That's why I like you.
Yeah.
We need to always be reminded of our humanity.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, you sit in judgment of human beings. You find them guilty. They're sentenced by human beings. We're all flawed, not to the extent of killing people and shooting them in the back and doing horrible things. But, it's a tough thing, and you should do it with fear and trembling, and you should go into it in a sober way. And I like that about you, Seena Ghaznavi. I'm not being funny either. I really do like that.
Thank you. The defendant's family was there. I mean, his mom was there. I mean, seeing that defendant's face when we said guilty, I mean, he just looked at us. I'll never forget that face.